Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Merideth Harrington. For those of you who don't know me, I've been in the fitness industry for about 25 years. I've been actively involved in sales and marketing with commercial clubs, and for the last 5 years, I worked with Global Fit as their Senior Vice President of Marketing and Project Management. I now work with the team here at Zeamo. Today, I'm here with Mark Smith and Paul O'Reilly Highland. Mark has been actively involved in the club industry for over 30 years, most recently as the CEO of 24 Hour Fitness. Prior to that, he was the CEO of Town Sports International and is now a board member and stakeholder with Zeamo. Paul spent over 30 years in the finance industry before founding Zeamo. Welcome, gentlemen. Let me begin by asking Mark, after so many years building clubs, running clubs, why he chose to invest and spend time with a digital fitness platform as opposed to running another club chain. Mark?
Hey, Meredith. Yeah, 30 years is a long time. Look, I love this industry and have spent my career working to make exercise more convenient for the consumer. I now see digital as a part of the future of the club industry. So many industries have transformed. Look, they really had to transform. As recently as 2010, only 1 out of 5 Americans had smartphones. Today, over 70% of Americans have smartphones. You can just do anything online these days. So why can't you have access to multiple clubs, pay for that access, check in when you arrive at the gym on a smartphone? You should be able to do that. In my role as CEO of TSI in the 1990s and 2000s, I was focused on building a large network of clubs close to where people live and work, as that was how to provide the convenience the consumer wanted at that time. Part of that strategy was also to build a strong corporate sales team. I believed, and I still believe, that companies can benefit from a fit and healthy workforce. I also believe that employees would place value on a fitness and activity benefit that included membership to our clubs. It was successful, and for the 35 to 60-year-old age group, this is still a very popular benefit. Today, however, there are 3 very, very different generations that make up the workforce, and fitness benefits have to evolve in order to be relevant and have value for the employee. The 27-year-old professional leads a totally different lifestyle and does not see themselves as a joiner per se. Working out for this generation is a very social experience, and they want flexibility, variety, and really access across multiple brands, which is something that traditional gym membership really does not offer them. Zeamo believes the right digital platform can also offer the club industry a way to attract millennials and get them to get involved in spending money in a way that they are not doing now.
So, Paul, you're fairly new to the industry, so I'm curious as to why you founded Zeamo, and how did you and Mark even get together?
Well, thanks, Meredith. Yeah, it's a good question, a New Zealander and an Irishman. So, look, I've been going to clubs for many years. First of all, by doing triathlons and always looking for pools. So I've got to know people in the industry before and since founding Zeamo. But you're right, my career was in another industry. I met Mark over 20 years ago when he was growing New York sports and I was starting out in the finance industry. I was definitely an outsider in the industry back then. But now, obviously, I'm very involved. But I was a corporate user and I saw and I still see a number of opportunities. For instance, if you look at a recent survey by the Employee Benefits News, corporate gym membership was one of the top 5 benefits requested by employees. And, having said that, millennials and Gen Z don't commit and are not joiners. They're not interested in signing a contract and working out in the same place every day. Traditional corporate fitness benefit platforms either focus on gym memberships or push studio access with really no or little access to gyms, to clubs. So for today's employees, neither option really meets what they want or where they want to go. So there's a major mismatch here, a gap in the market we fill. Zeamo is all about creating value for our club partners and packaging up the access and all the variety that employees are asking for today. So we make it easier for employees and health plans to deliver a really innovative and flexible fitness and activity benefit that meets employees and health plan members when they're, when they want to work out. So it's really a win-win for the club partners, who now have a new revenue stream from customers who are not joining gyms right now, as Mark pointed out, that 27-year-old. And it gives them an opportunity to build the club's brands with that age group.
So, Mark, I'm curious, why did you get involved with Zeamo?
It was easy, Meredith. I was very excited by the opportunity. There are a few digital platforms out there, but none are like Zeamo. Zeamo is only focused on clubs. I've been in the industry for a long time, and I have tremendous respect for my friends and colleagues in the industry. I can see how digital platforms could hurt the industry, but that's not the Zeamo model. Zeamo only focuses on clubs, not studios. We consider our club partners our business partners, and everything that we do is about building their brand in the corporate fitness marketplace and creating new revenue streams. We are B2B. Our network of club partners and the way we deliver access is our core product, and that is what employers and health plans really value. We cannot cannibalize the businesses of our club partners. We must be value add, and at the same time, the model has to solve a problem for our corporate partners, which it does. I have seen firsthand how corporate HR departments view Zeamo as a solution that allows them to move forward with promoting fitness clubs to their employee base, as we have eliminated the hurdle they often don't want to deal with dealing with multiple club chains in multiple markets.
So I want to come back to how the platform actually works, but let's talk about how important it was to select the right team members and select industry veterans to be part of the team. Talk to me a little bit about how you recruited Paul.
Well, Meredith, like other platforms, I really wanted to have a team who is with and for the industry. I wanted to have a strong team who's got experience and understands all the nuances of the industry. So fortunately, I'd known Mark, and fortunately, we were both aligned as to the vision. I also was fortunate enough to attract talent who have been at other platforms, but joined Zeamo because they believe we can build a successful business focused on clubs and for the benefit of growing the club industry. So we've got a great, young, energetic team, but it would be remiss of me not to mention a very important team member, Rick Caro. Most people in the industry know Rick, as he's been an industry leader for quite some time. He not only ran clubs, but founded URSA and advises many CEOs and operators on strategy. So, really good, strong team. What do you think, Mark?
I think that must have been Rick calling you, Paul. really, the team members that are from the industry bring a ton of experience to the table, me included, and a lot of respect for what the industry has achieved to date. More importantly, we know what needs to occur for the industry to keep up its growth trajectory, which has been fantastic. One of the core values of Zeamo is that it will work with the industry as a partner, not a disruptor, to expand the size of the market, and this is best achieved by our B2B approach. It is essential that industry stalwarts like Rick Caro and I are a part of the team, so we can communicate that to all of our friends and acquaintances in the industry.
So Mark, why should a club partner with Zeamo as opposed to one of the other platforms that are out there today?
Well, this is the easiest question you've asked so far, Meredith. First of all, we are only focused on clubs. Other platforms began with studios and classes. Indeed, some platforms, despite their name, are almost entirely focused on studios. Studios are a pay-as-you-go business. Anyone can buy a class. There is no membership cannibalization because membership is not the key revenue driver for studios. Studios are easy to aggregate, and there are a hell of a lot of them. But remember, studios are also relatively expensive, so other platforms' main value add is as a discounter, and those discounts compete directly against the studio's retail pricing. What happens over time is the discount ends up being the new retail rate because the consumer is conditioned to believe they should not ever have to pay a higher price. The club model is mainly membership-based, so discount-driven platforms really don't work for them. Discounting would just end up devaluing their brand. Instead, our focus is solely on clubs. Our value add is structured around offering employees access, flexibility, which is a key thing, and choice. And remember, it's all about convenience. The value add for the clubs is that Zeamo is not discounting that access or competing directly with their retail rates. Instead, we are adding users who on average are 22 to 34 years old. Today, the Gen Z, together with millennials, makes up 2/3 of the population, yet the average club member is nearer 40. Just think of that. Our users do not see themselves as joiners, but they will be later down the road as their lifestyle changes and it becomes more attractive to pick one gym as opposed to visiting multiple gyms in a month. Right now, they are the hoppers, and they want choice, access, and flexibility.
So you're really filling a pretty big void in the marketplace right now. So I think it would be really helpful, Paul, if you could explain to the audience how the Zeamo platform works and how does it really drive revenue for the club partners?
Well, first of all, it's keen to emphasize it's an app, really. The audience, as Mark pointed out, we're attracting is that sort of 27-year-old professional who would not normally be a joiner. So the cannibalization issue is not a problem there. So really what we're doing is making it easier for companies to offer. So through worksite wellness programs, employees get access to the Zeamo network of clubs. There is a subscription, so they can choose the various tiers and they can upgrade, and it really offers choice, and that really is the key thing. So wherever they live, work, and travel to, and travel being a very big part of it, this is a really, really good alternative. So it drives traffic through two clubs by an audience who would not normally be a member. And that allows these clubs to build up a brand with really a generation which they really are not hitting. So it's, as I say, it's a real win-win for everybody.
How are the club partners paid?
Well, we pay on a pay-as-you-go, but it's not discounting, so it's a fair rate. So a club actually can make more than a monthly membership for a regular user through our platform.
Wow, so you're paying the clubs every time a user visits their facility.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. So then how does Zeamo make money?
Well, we make money, as I mentioned, it's a subscription basis, plus also subsidies. So more and more corporates are doing that. So we're bringing money into the industry.
Well, if you have a super user, do you lose money on them?
Sure, but they're actually a very good brand awareness. So we like that. But remember, most people don't even go to the club once a month, never mind 10 times a month.
So Mark, let me pivot to you. Zeamo has a lot of great clubs on the platform, but there are still not a lot of them in certain areas. Why do you think clubs might be a little hesitant to get involved with Zeamo?
Look, Meredith, this is more about human behavior than anything else. Everybody resists change in one way or another. And digital platforms are relatively new in the club industry. So just club owners and operators are hesitant about a new concept. They'd rather wait and see how they develop before committing.
Gotcha. Do you think they're worried about membership cannibalization?
Well, they're definitely worried about it, but they shouldn't be, not with the model we have. It's easy, for club operators to just dismiss and watch to see what happens and when other people adopt or not. But as I've laid out earlier, once they listen to what we have to offer and they realize that we are bringing new business to the table that wouldn't otherwise have occurred, it gets easier and we generally have success. Clubs are in a highly competitive industry and often do not have the resources to train their staff for a new platform like ours. They get worried about that type of stuff. But we make it really very easy for clubs. We have a dedicated onboarding and club service team, with each club set up taking a matter of minutes. Plus, we now have integrated into many of the club reservation systems, so our users come and go seamlessly. No hassle at all for the front desk or for the administration. And if they're worried about cannibalization, they can see immediately whether that's occurring, and we can adjust things. To top it off, payment to the clubs is prompt, fully transparent, and the clubs have all the details of the users. We really have thought of everything to make it comfortable for the club operator.
So it sounds like it's really a win-win for the end user, the club owner, and the client. Paul, what's the vision for Zeamo? Where do you see it and the industry in, say, 3 years?
It's going very digital. It is really as you mentioned, a win-win. It is growing the overall industry. We are bringing in that generation who would not normally go into a club. It can be quite intimidating for that 24, 27, 30-year-old to visit. Now it makes it easy for them, and it makes their companies, it allows companies and gives them the opportunity to offer really gym access to every employee, not just one segment, but all employees. And that really can really make a difference. So as I say, it is good for the industry, and we're growing it this way by digitalization. So more and more platforms, and I think our platform differentiates itself by really having people who have the experience and knowledge of the industry to grow it in that way.
Perfect. Paul, Mark, thanks so much for your time today. Anybody out there, if you're interested in partnering with Zeamo, please reach out to us at info@zeamo.com, and we'd love to talk to you.